What? Alright, so this is the...
Of just editing and watching Gilmore Girls, and he was just like, well, that's it. We gotta make this photography thing work. Good morning.
Good morning. Beefy is enjoying her breakfast. I always loved how Beefy eats. Like, she just takes like the biggest mouthfuls.
That's like she's being so nice.
I was like, oh. He is determined to snuggle right now.
Snuggle and work.
He's the one holding down the little tray.
He literally, like, has been putting his paws on the computer.
Trying to help me with these edits.
He's so helpful.
I know, but we're gonna get this wedding done today.
Yeah, good boy.
So we DoorDashed from one of our favorite local places in Cocoa Village. It's called Ossorios. It's just like I think it's specialized in in-house pastries and all sorts of goodness. They were not on DoorDash before, but
for breakfast.
Yeah.
Only for lunch, but we're so happy about breakfast finally being an option.
So first up, they have their little bacon, egg, and cheese. Everything is folded on the inside. Maybe I'll have to do a cross section for you guys. All right, so this is the inside. Everything's all folded nicely.
It looks so good.
Cheers. I love that sandwich so much. They also do, like, you can get the classic, like, croissants and whatever, but they also have, like, an open-faced bacon, egg, and cheese inside of a croissant. Almost like how, like, what's that thing, like a cheese Danish? But instead of a cheese Danish, it's bacon, egg, and cheese. That's typically what they have. You almost had to, like, special request sandwiches before, but now it's like almost like how, like, Chipotle does it. You can put, like, a million different options. You can do, like, feta cheese and prosciutto or whatever you want for meats. So, dude, so banging.
That garlic, by the way.
Good addition, right? Oh yeah, I forgot we added garlic to it.
So good.
You can do like caramelized onions. I mean, you can make these things bonkers. So
delicious. Also
for the bev, some Natalie's. Maybe like the best orange juice ever. Shout out to Natalie's. If you don't have access to Natalie's, that stinks.
It does.
This is the day after getting a tattoo. We need to treat ourselves a little bit. Probably don't need to treat ourselves. But we got some of their pastries. We'll show you up close. Little pain au chocolat.
Delicious.
That's B's favorite.
It is.
And then, dudes, this.
I'm excited to try that.
Look at this cinnamon roll.
It's
I don't even
huge.
like cinnamon rolls. This is only $5.
It's so big.
This is a deal
Put it
and a
next
half.
to your face. Like, Kyle has a big head.
Big head.
Look at
This
my
thing's
head.
huge. It's almost bigger.
Oh my gosh.
You look like a superhero now. Cinnamon roll. Never had this before.
Never. Oh my god.
Never had theirs. Obviously, I've had cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah.
Because this is B's favorite. I'll let you do the honors.
Do you want to eat it like a spaghetti?
Eat it like a spaghetti?
Yeah, like Lady in the Trap.
Oh! Lady in the Trap.
Right?
Sequel to Lady in the Tramp.
What? Lady in the Tramp? Oh, Lady in the Tramp. It is Lady in the Tramp.
What?
Listen, it's been
Yeah,
a while.
well, Lady in the Trampet.
Okay. Oh, it's so cute.
Pain au chocolat was
Exquisite.
beautiful. But I'm super stoked because now I get to just spend the rest of the day finishing up this awesome Kentucky wedding. Dude, this wedding was, whoa. I hope that picked up. That's what Beefy says whenever she's done eating food. But yeah, dudes, this wedding was so sick. It was on like the side of Red River Gorge. Man, what a day. Can I just show you guys for 1 second the pants that Bianca's holding on to? To be fair, these are from Thailand. I will be fair. These are from Thailand, and they're from a really nice client.
I want to keep the fabric so that way I can make it into something else.
Okay, but turn around.
Okay, but I also, this is the only pair of pants that I had last night that I could wear that didn't like affect my tattoo, but covered it. And
Fair.
It had a stitch at the bottom so it wouldn't move.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's why I'm wearing them, or else I wouldn't be.
Hold on, turn a little bit the other way. Other way. Dude, look at...
When I sit down and if I open my legs, it's just all open. It's opposite flow pants.
You just see right down Main Street.
Babe. Oh, so pretty.
Dude, we've just been kind of couch locked all day. Literally nothing has happened all day, which is to be expected. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to play dinner, and then we're just going to talk. I think today we will talk. We're just starting out, so it makes sense that we talk about our beginnings. Specifically, how we became professional photographers. And yeah, I think that'll be fun. So anyways, today we got family rice.
The most delicious rice ever. Oh my gosh.
A little extra veg on
Love
here.
that.
And then I made some salmon in the convection oven. And dude, tell me this doesn't look like it came right off the grill.
Wow. Dude, what did you do?
I just I put it on bake, and then I put it skin side up. So that it was on the grates.
Nice.
Dude, that emerald. You're gonna have 2 smaller pieces just because I cut it weird.
It's cool.
And then I just got a little, I'm touching this with my hands. We're home.
I mean, yeah, it's just me and you. It's fine.
Little side salad, some
Wow.
cucumbers, some tomatoes, little house-made vinaigrette.
Also, if you didn't know, Kyle is a master at making salad dressings.
No, I'm definitely not that good.
Dude, you're so good.
No, I make an extremely simple vinaigrette, and that's what we do.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Anyways.
Thank you. Look at how beautiful this is.
Yeah, so we had gotten together in 2015. We were both just working dead-end jobs at that point. But B had she's always been doing photography. She went to college for it, worked in a studio, all that fun stuff. She's trying to get her foot in the door, right? And like your neighbor just pretty much asked you if you wanted to photograph a wedding.
Yeah.
Their son's wedding, like your kind of like childhood friend, right?
Yeah, I was just like, neighborhood people that we knew, and they knew that I was really into photography, so it's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
And that was probably like the end of 2015.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, like we had just started dating, and she was like, you just want to like come with me just to like whatever. Threw me like a Canon Rebel. I literally didn't know what I was doing. It's the first time I ever held a DSLR. I mean, that wedding was, we didn't know anything. We didn't know you had to make a family formal list. We didn't know nothing. I don't even think there was like a contract. I think it was like a...
No, it was an envelope of like a couple $100.
Yeah.
That we got.
And, I don't know, man. It just like snowballed pretty quick. Like once she did that first one, then we got booked for a couple gigs. Well, you did. But then I started like renting camera gear. First couple gigs. And then before you know it, we were like starting to book a little bit. And mind you, this was all like early 2016.
Yeah.
And so we were still working odd jobs here and there. But we had started traveling like our 3rd wedding in up to Tennessee, because that's where B went to college. And I feel like it already like kind of like put our foot in the door as far as like, oh wow, they're like already like going out of state for gigs. They're like clearly like delivering and doing a decent job. I feel like because we're both in customer service, like it just helped naturally. But dudes, like things were lifting off, and then it got to the point that our relationship was getting pretty serious, and then we had like bought our house where we're here now. Like we bought our home, which was a miracle at the time that we could even like, we had the income for it, which was like, dude, we were definitely gonna be like just house broke. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like there was nothing special. I mean, we were eating a lot of frozen foods and like just like bare minimum, you know, like ramen and tuna fish sandwiches. Not that that's changed much. We still crush some ramen and tuna fish, but I guess in different contexts. Not out of necessity, but just because we enjoy it.
Out of nostalgia.
And yeah, like probably like 2 months into owning our place, we had, dude, I was going into work one day and there was a little cat named Olive, and she followed me in, and I had opened up the store, so it was just me, and I hit up B, and I was like, yo, there's a cat in the store. Like, we always said if we were going to find a cat, it would be this way. And she literally followed me into the store. Little tiny thing. Just called up B, brought her over, got her all situated. We're just falling in love with this cat at this point. We're a couple weeks in, and we're like, oh man, we got to just like spoil this cat. And so at the place I was working, I was like, oh, yo, I'm going to buy this end table, and I'm going to turn it into a cat hammock on my break. That way we can just like flip it upside down and just be goofy. And one of the new managers came in and saw me, and they didn't know I bought it, but they fired me for destruction of store property. Like, straight up. I was there for 3 years, one of the best workers there. B had literally just quit the new job she got.
Because he was like, oh, well, you know, we're making like a little bit of income with this photography thing, so it's like, why not just try to like dedicate more time to it? So.
Yeah, pretty much more than you were making at the job you were at, you know? It was like more like...
It was just taking away time that I could have used to like edit photos and stuff to just like...
Or market or like anything.
Yeah.
And we were literally just like, I don't know, dude, it seems like this is just going to be like another dead-end job you're going to go to, so like, screw it, just quit. And then, mind you, we got this new mortgage... We got this cat. Yeah. We had a little bit of a nest egg. You know, that's one thing I'll say. Like, when you're starting, like, have a nest egg. Like, it really just depends on you. Like, I always say it depends on your bills.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, so that number is, I can't say a set number. For us, we had, like, 10 grand saved. We just, like, you know, we were so in love with being, like, new homeowners, and we weren't going out because now we had a place to, at the time, like, drink wine and do whatever. And so we had stacked money, and that definitely helped those beginning months. Because pretty much what happened was when I got fired, dude, I just came home and looked at B, and it wasn't even like panic. It was like, normally it should have been panic, but it was like super
more like rage, a little bit of rage mixed with like.
Well, yeah, because it was like they did me dirty, but they were doing everyone dirty. I mean, it was like some movie.
It was. He came in, he just bust open the door. I was sitting on the couch with Olive just editing and watching Gilmore Girls. And he was just like, well, that's it. We got to make this photography thing work.
Man. And like, right from there, it wasn't like a choice thing. It was like trial by fire or baptism by fire. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, boom. We're both unemployed. We have this little tiny nest egg that's going to last us probably like 3 or 4 months. But after that, dude, we're flat broke. Mm-hmm. And we had a couple weddings at this point. Not a lot. I think it was like 6 weddings. You know what I mean? And this was in 2016. And so, dude, from then on out, we were just... At that time, Facebook was just like hot. It was white hot for marketing. We were in every group. Our whole thing was like... And it's still our philosophy now. It's like, be unavoidable. So we were joining photography groups. We were joining like bride-to-be groups, groom groups, wedding venue groups.
Dude, I was doing garage sale groups.
At the time, dude, garage sale groups were so sick. We booked a wedding in Massachusetts from a garage sale group. Yep. Like, it was like Tuesdays. You got to free advertise or whatever. And we just like did a little post like every day. Because we weren't like swamped with like shoots and swamped with edits. So we just had like all this time to market. And we just went so hard. And dude, that was 2016. We're 9 years in now. And I really think like probably had I not gotten fired, I would have been at that job for probably another year or so. And who knows what would have passed up. Because in that first year, dude, we were just like grinding.
Yeah.
And we were super like developing our style. Like our style now compared to what it was back then, man, it was so night and day different.
Yeah. We didn't do anything crazy until, I mean, we were doing some stuff, but I think we started getting really crazier in like 2017, 2018. So it took us a little bit to get there.
It was definitely 2017 because there was this Facebook group. Again, Facebook from like 2016 to like the end of 2018 was like, that was the spot to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know people still have success on there. I just like have kind of moved on from Facebook. But there was this group called Looks Like Film. And it was just like all these photographers from like all skill levels, but there was a lot of just some of like the world's best, some of the country's best on there. And it was like the golden age of like that Facebook group. And so it seemed like every day like someone was posting new and not trying to like one up each other, but there was like a reward system. It was called like a choo-choo. So if you got over 300 likes, you got featured and then you got to be on their website. So it was cool having like those backlinks on Google and stuff, you know? And yeah, man, it was just like every gig we did, like we ended up getting like one of our really good friends, Ryan, through there, and David.
Shout out to the homies.
Shout out to the homies. And I feel like just so much progression happened in that. Like,
yeah.
And a lot of like, I guess at that time, like current trends came from that group. Yeah. You know what I mean? Since then, the group's definitely like, I don't even know if it's still existing anymore, but like having that, like, that's where I say like healthy competition is good. And these were people that like, people weren't competing for clients on there because like, that was just a place to like share your work. And it was primarily like weddings and like family stuff. But it was like, dude, literally, I think without that group, we probably wouldn't have like pushed ourselves to go from like super intermediate to like where we are now. Like that was so crucial.
It was the perfect mix of like community and competition, which I feel like are very important on their own regards in business. We made a lot of really good homie friends who we were like competing against, not necessarily like a competition like who's going to be the better person.
It was literally for bragging points.
Yeah, it was like
oh, did you get a choo-choo? Hell yeah.
Yeah, and we would be happy for each other if we did too, like that. And then we would like be like, oh, I didn't even realize you could do that, and it would expand just like the knowledge across the board amongst like that small group of people, which is still, I mean, you can still make that happen in real life, or
yeah, I mean, that is where like in the foundational years, and I mean at every stage, you know what I mean? Like community is so important, especially like. I feel like when you're trying to find your voice, whether it's like the voice of your business, the voice of like how your work is presented, like unless you kind of see other people doing stuff, you're just like, it feels like there's like too many options of directions you can go. Obviously a lot of people fall for like what I'd consider like the trap of like over professionalization or professionalism. We went like the total opposite. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say is like, when it comes to starting, sometimes you just gotta like pull the trigger, and sometimes the trigger's pulled on you and you got no other choice. But those times where like it does feel like hope is just like lost, because man, at the beginning it was like, it didn't feel like hope was lost. It just felt like, because we were so excited, you know what I mean? We're like, I guess technically we're professional photographers, like we make our income solely from this. And that is still true to this day. But like, I just remember we were like, we just have so many hours in the day, we need to utilize every single one of them. I mean, dude, we sacrificed a social life for the first 4 years.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think we had any friends.
No, I mean, hell, we still kind of don't. We're married to the game. But it really is, you know, like a lot of those things, like people were going out and people were doing these things. Even some of the networking events were like kind of like a waste of time for us. And we were just like, I don't know, man, we're doing this whole thing on the internet and just like really grinding on there. And then we did it for a brief time. It kind of became like the photographer's photographer.
Yeah.
Because of that Looks Like Film group. Like we were getting hired by a lot of photographers on there, which was so sick. You know what I mean? But like, it really helped because that got us so many of like our travel gigs. Like, we were going to like Boston, we were going to Wisconsin, we were going to Seattle. And man, it was just like, it was all like every week felt like a new chapter in our lives. Like, it was so different week to week, but we were like, all right, this week we're going to focus on, you know, grinding on Facebook. Next week we're going to start like a month dedicated to websites. Like, we're not touching anything else, obviously edits and shoots and stuff, but like outside of that, it's 100% website. Like, it's just like you're constantly problem solving until a point that you kind of get to like, I don't want to say coast, because as small business owners and like artists, like, you can't coast.
No.
Like, if you start coasting,
you get to
someone's gonna sneak up and snag your spot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
see, that happened way too much.
yeah, for sure. But it, you know, we always just try to like continue to like problem solve.
Yeah.
And if anything, I hope you take away from this video is that, you know, if you're trying to chase your dreams, like, they're so attainable. If you're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck at a job that you hate, you might as well do it for something that's going to bring you some joy. And then you have room to grow.
Yep.
Because that was the thing. When we were working our dead-end jobs, what's the most we're going to get? Like, management?
Yeah.
At, like, a retail store? You know what I mean? Like, or she was working at a restaurant for a little bit. Like, there was no ceiling that we wanted to go up in.
Right.
So it just felt like, all right, well, if we're in control of our own stuff, like, we are responsible. If we flop, it's on us, but we can also then dictate how much money we make. Hopefully. And before you know it, you know, you have a pretty good life.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah. We're gonna finish up dinner. Today was a very chill day, but I'm glad we got to sit and talk to you guys. If there is any topics you want us to like cover moving forward, we have a list, but we always want to hear like what you guys want, or as far as questions. Again, I had mentioned that we're gonna probably start doing like an editing live stream once a week maybe. But like, as far as like these kind of like sit down and talk with y'all, we want to do more of these.
Yes.
So yeah, if you got anything, you let us know. But if not, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Love you.